Alright, this is my project for Module 3, Understanding My Community. Right now I'm not working in a school, but I chose to do research on the town where the first school that I worked in is. The town is Murray, Iowa. Okay, starting with customs and traditions. The community is very proud of its school. It's a very small town. There's one school. The one school is located in one building. The local groups, mainly the Lions Club, are very involved in the school. Most of the community is involved in the school through extracurricular activities. The community is generally content with the way things are. The churchgoers in the community tend to be on a higher social, political, and economic level, and change is not very welcome. Like I said, they're content with the way that things are. The mission statement of the school is to provide a safe and orderly learning environment in which all students work toward achievement of their full potential through the cooperation of home, school, and community. Population characteristics. The population is 756. The school enrollment, 319. This is a very, very small town. The median income per household is $31,620. 16.8% of the population is below the poverty line. 5.4% of the population has a bachelor's degree or higher. The population density is 965 people per square mile, so that tells us that the town is smaller than 1 square mile. The median age of the population is 36.8. 49.7% of the population is male, and 50.3% of the population is female. For race, 96.6% of the population is white, 2.9% Hispanic, and 0.5% black. Like I said previously, this is a very small town. When you drive into the town, your first impression is that it's a ghost town. There's no grocery store, there's a one-pump gas station, there's one bank, there's one tiny post office, one tiny library, no sidewalks, one small park, and many houses in a state of disrepair. It really looks like a ghost town. It's a small place. Communication channels. The primary communication channel is, of course, word of mouth. Everybody knows everything about everybody. The grapevine is present and thriving in Murray, Iowa. The official school communication channels are the school newsletter, which is sent out to every household once a month, and the school website, which is actually pretty decent. The television news and radio come mainly from Des Moines, which is the capital of Iowa, and it's about 1 hour by car. The newspapers come from Des Moines and two slightly larger towns to the east and the west. The main communication language is English, and here you have a list of the main TV news stations, newspapers, and radio stations that the people access for important information, like if school is canceled because of snow or ice, and also other news information. Alright. The community groups. In my opinion, it seems that there are two main groups within the community, and these groups are separated economically. You have your farmers, service workers, etc., who tend to be wealthier. They're involved in community groups like the Lions Club, and they are philanthropists. Many people who are a part of this group have established scholarship funds to provide scholarships for students to study after high school. They serve on the school board, the city council, etc. Then you have your other group, mainly factory workers. There are factories in the two slightly larger towns to the east and the west. This group tends to be poorer. There are fewer churchgoers and, of course, more social problems. The community is ruled by traditional and conservative ideals. This is small town Iowa. The community groups do serve to protect the well-being of the local children. So really, I mean, this is a town of less than 1,000 people. and the community groups, the people in the first group that I mentioned that are wealthier, really support the community. They hold it up and do everything that they can to maintain the community. Alright, so we're moving on to leadership. The influencing agents in this town are, first, the school. The school is the center. It is the rock of this town. Without the school, I believe that the town's existence would very quickly fade. Then after the school, you have the churches. There are a few churches and their leaders. And then you have the community groups, mainly the Lions Club. The people who are influenced by these groups are the people who aren't involved in them, and those people tend to be the poorer or less educated. Leadership, in my opinion, is directly related to economic and social status in this town. Alright, looking at the characteristics of the community leaders, this town is small town Iowa. It tends to be conservative. The leaders are trusted and respected. Many of them have been a part of the community for the majority of their lives, so they're not outsiders. Not many people come and go in this town. The leaders are very, very accessible. You can find them at most school events, town events. You can go up to them, talk to them, ask them questions. They're just your regular Joe kind of people. They are fighting really hard against the outside world to maintain that ideal small town life. The school leaders do bring outside information into the community that they believe is relevant to helping to preserve and also to better the school. The leaders express ideas, like I said, that are conservative and will be generally accepted by the majority of the community. They don't like to rock the boat very much. Economic conditions. Agriculture and manufacturing are very important to this town. The town's average yearly expenses are around $468,000. Minimum wage is $7.25. The median house value is $60,789. Median rent $572. Tax rate: sales tax is 7%, income tax 7.92%, property tax 2.5%. The school resources or budget is $5,615,657, and from tax $845,683. This is a farming community. Like I said earlier, there are several factories in the two slightly larger neighboring towns. There are a few service workers, not many. There is one bank with assets of $109.8 million and deposits of $90.7 million, and this bank's specialty is agriculture. Political structure. As far as politics go, education is more important than politics at the town level. Doing the right thing is the political stance in the town, and the right thing is based on those conservative ideals. As far as money coming in from state and federal sources, you have the State Foundation Aid, which provides, you can see, just under $2 billion. Other state resources, $48,040. Federal sources, $335,000. Politics here are all about doing what's right for the people. Social tensions. There aren't many social tensions. There are no confrontations, interracial. There are no gangs. Wealthier students tend to click together. And like I said, there are the two economic groups. So there's a little bit of discrimination against poorer students, but not necessarily because they're poor, but because the cultural expectations within that poorer group are a little bit different. So in the wealthier group, you have students whose parents expect them to study, get good grades, go to college. Hygiene is good. There aren't many problems with drugs or alcoholism. And in the poorer group, you have the opposite. And we have the sources for this research were the Murray Community School District website and two websites that have information from the Census Bureau. As far as ISLIC standards go, I think that Standard 3, which states that an education leader promotes the success of every student by ensuring management of the organization, operation, and resources for a safe, efficient, and effective learning environment. I think that this standard number 3 really ties into Murray, Iowa and its school, especially standard 3.2, which is to obtain, allocate, align, and efficiently utilize human, physical, and technological resources, and standard 3.3, which is to promote and protect the welfare and safety of students and staff. The community in Murray, Iowa really does a lot of work with the school, and the community donates a lot of resources and knowledge and time. There are programs that the community works with the school to set up to help to feed and clothe the children. The community within the school itself, like I've mentioned, is a family. They really pride themselves on being like a family. If ever a teacher is struggling to make ends meet, that community, that family pulls together and supports the teacher. So that's why I think that ISLIC Standard 3, really the school and the community complies with this standard, because especially they promote and protect the welfare and safety of the students and the staff, and they work really hard to allocate and provide resources to help to educate and to take care of the community members. And that's it.